the eternal wonders of space and time, the faraway dreams and mysteries of other worlds, other life, the stars, the planets. Man has been face to face with them for centuries, yet is barely able to penetrate their unknown secrets. Sometime, someday, the barrier will be pierced. Why must we wait? Why not now?
Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you hear us? White Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you hear us? White Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you show any sign of recognition? White Sands to Rocket 4, code 63. Come in. White Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you hear us? White Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you show any sign of recognition? White Sands calling Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Can you show any sign of recognition?
Well, what do you know?
Telephone, Commander. Shall I say you're out?
Help the others.
All right, you sleeping beauties, hit the deck. Every man a tiger. Let's go. You all right, Helen?
Sure, Kip. Thanks.
We're in space. We made it.
Oh, brother. Am I going to collect some bets?
White Sands to Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Come in.
Tell them there's no one here but us space people.
Not yet. First, I want your initial reports. Remember, this is a scientific expedition and not a stunt. How are you on course, Helen?
On course.
Are you sure?
Quite. You know, lad, I have the strangest feeling as though all this has happened before.
White Sands to Moon Rocket 4, code 63. Come in.
Rocket 4 to White Sands. Granger speaking. Can you hear me?
Can we hear you? Come in.
We have passed the 2,000-mile level, are traveling in space. Speed, 7 miles a second. Motors smooth, fuel consumption 0.865. Temperature density of atom chamber unchanged. Nitrate pictate acid secure. We will report again at 1400. Over and out.
Wait a minute, Commander. There's a world full of people listening in. Are you all right? Could we have a few words from the crew?
No.
Oh, come on, lad. Don't be stuffy.
All right, speak from your stations, but be brief.
Rocket 4 to White Sands, stand by. The next voice you hear will be Kip Reisner, co-pilot.
All I gotta say is watch out for that first step. It's a pip.
Helen Salinger, navigator. Hello, Alpha. We're on our way.
This is Doug Smith, radio operator. I'm going to bring you a piece of that green cheese for sure.
Walt Wallace, engineer. We're humming along, folks. That new lubrication by the Delphite Oil Company sure turned the trick. Over to you, White Sands. That plug ought to make a couple of grand, huh?
Over and out.
Hold on, Rocket 4, Code 63. We want to switch you over to Washington and General Rayburn.
Members of Atomic Rocket Crew 4, our congratulations on your magnificent achievement. You are embarked on a space journey of over 200,000 miles. At 25,000 miles per hour, you have 10 hours flight ahead of you. To the scientific ingenuity that made this flight possible, there must now be added your skill, your courage, and our prayers.
Weight balance to right. Something's embedded in our rear section. The atomic chamber. Heat radiation going up fast.
Must be a meteor. Can we shake it?
Maybe centrifugal force will dislodge it.
Now then, most certainly. We've dumped it. Nice work, Laird.
If we'd been paying more attention to our work, this might not have happened. Doug, didn't the meteor appear on the view screen?
I don't know, sir. I was listening to the...
Exactly. Well, for the rest of this journey, we operate strictly by the book. The planners of this expedition have foreseen all contingencies.
We hope.
We do more than hope. We work with confidence. Now then, Helen, will you set us on course?
Yes, sir.
Doug, tune in White Sands.
I'm trying, sir, but there's no pip. I'm afraid I'm out of business.
Commander, the atom chamber, the nitric acid. One of the containers must have broken.
The acid reaches the fuel chamber, will explode, won't we?
Turn on the water line. That'll neutralize it.
Nothing happened, sir.
Pour it on.
It won't work, sir.
It's got to work. What are you doing?
I want to check that obstruction on the water line.
The acid will burn through that suit in 1 minute flat.
I'll just need 59 seconds. I hope.
Come back here. Cap!
It's under control.
Any sign of Flash or the others? No, Prince Barrett.
Careful now. We'll surprise him.
Someone's coming. There they are. Port, Sonia and Song from Mongo. Perhaps they need to take our ship. We can prevent that.
Venus. Venus. A planet named after the goddess of love. This is where I left her. 26 million miles away. Because I know she exists. I know she does. I know it. All the time we were there, I heard her. Her and that sweet, haunting sound she makes, like the sirens that tempted Ulysses. I think I'm crazy back here on Earth. Crazy, still intoxicated by the atmosphere back there. But wait a minute, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you the whole story. All of it. From the beginning. And see what you think. You be the judge. It was 2 years ago, in 1998, that the first manned spaceship left Earth for the planet Venus. This attempt ended in tragedy. A meteor hit the ship. Everything was lost. Everything but the will to get there, to explore Venus. And so, it was only 6 months later that the second attempt was made.
First stage rockets ready. Main rocket stage ready. Fuel ready. Stabilization center ready. Power ready. Air conditioning ready. Radar ready. Guidance ready. LA ready for takeoff.
Attention flight personnel. Loading elevators are now being withdrawn. Countdown continues at 20. All stations prepare for 0 red. Countdown continues at 10. Zero red, -5.
Project Red Planet. All units clear. Switch over to standby.
were only two men on the new mission, astronaut Howard Sherman and Captain Alfred Kearns. But there was another being with them, Kearns' invention, Robot John.
Awaken, John. Awaken. Flow, John. Monitor, John.
I hear you.
Everything went smoothly the first part of the voyage. They traveled over halfway, 17 million miles, without mishap. Radio contact was maintained with Marcia at Earth Control, and they stopped on schedule at the United States Space Station, Texas, for refueling.
Attention. All landing personnel, report on flight deck. Stand by to receive flight number 87 from Earth.
Earth Control, we listened to their progress with more concern than anyone else.
Refueling A-OK, over and out.
Because we were the command crew, and if anything went wrong, we were set to follow. There were three of us. Commander William Billy Lockhart, astronaut Hans Walters, and me, Andre Furneaux. I remember how worried we were as we listened to their voices from so many miles away.
Kearns calling Marcia. Kearns calling Marcia. Refueling completed. Ready for blast-off.
Begin our relay.
On the last leg of their journey. And then they saw it. Venus.
Cloud formations, 30% ash content.
And they prepared to land.
A planet of fire below us. Is it a new world, or will it consume us all?
At any moment now.
something started going wrong.
Black clouds. Light. I don't like the looks of this. I'm turning control over to Robot John.
Ahead, Steve, mountain. I am going up.
Wow, close call. We're watching on the location finder. The area is strange. This is truly a prehistoric planet. Landing location is square 73.
We're now dropping our beacon. Landing 300 meters southwest of square 73.
Oh, there's water beneath us. We're drifting.
Sherman. Kern. Answer. Kern. Sherman. Kern. Are you there? It's hopeless.
Well, very soon after that, it became clear there was only one thing to do. Blast off for Venus ourselves. Complete the mission, explore the planet, and attempt to rescue Kearns and Sherman. If they were still alive.
Keep coming. More, John. That's it.
Cover me, Kern. Look out. There comes another one. I got him. Sherman, behind you.
There. Course 110. Secure yourself to that boulder, John. Proceed. Proceed. He's better equipped to fight this place than we are.
I'm wondering if we should be here at all.
Why don't you catch a bus and go home?
Don't think I wouldn't if I could find one.
There he is. He's up. Hold it tight. He can hold it. You better go first, and I'll come along after you.
Within 2 hours, we were ready to go. With Kearns and Sherman. If they were alive, would we be able to find them? We got to Space Station Texas ahead of schedule.
Stand by to receive unassisted landing.
Refueling was accomplished in record time. There was no time to lose. Funny, considering the way things turned out. What I was thinking about as we sped through the dark universe on our way to an unexplored planet. I was wondering if maybe there wasn't some reason that Venus had been named after the goddess of love. If maybe there wasn't some wise old astronomer way back in the dawn of time who knew something. Something he kept to himself.
My men.
But before I could come to any conclusions about it, we were preparing for our touchdown on Venus, where maybe I'd find all the answers. And then, almost before I knew it, we were there. We were landing.
With at least 2 billion stars in our universe, somewhere in deep space there are probably planets with civilizations built by living creatures, some peaceful, some warlike. From the distant Sapphire galaxy, a ferocious race of creatures have set out to conquer our universe, beginning with the planet Earth. A nuclear war is imminent, the results of which will poison even the distant reaches of outer space, and planets such as this one, the Emerald Planet. Though they are fierce fighters when it comes to defending and protecting their way of life, the Emerald Men in the Marpet Galaxy are essentially creatures of peace. They realize, however, that the Cephirians' mad idea of conquest now threaten their very existence, and drastic steps must be taken to prevent this dangerous act of aggression. The High Council of the Emerald Planet is now deciding what must be done. The Emerald Men realize the assaulting force which the Cephirians are sending earthward represents their finest legions and their entire arsenal. If this force can be destroyed before a nuclear war can begin, then the universe will be safe. The High Council agrees that there is only one way the Emerald Men may be able to achieve this. The scientists of the Emerald Planet have invented one of the most ingenious mechanisms the universe has ever seen. Called a globe meter, it is carried on the wrist. It enables the wearer to do 3 things: to fly through space, to detect radioactivity, and to speak and understand every language on the planet Earth. Finally, this great forum of the Emerald Hierarchy reaches a decision. In order to save Earth from the invasion of the Cephirians, they once more must present the globe meter to one of their fellow creatures and send him to Earth. He is the creature known as Starman. Starman's globe meter warns him that he is nearing a Cypherian invasion ship, laden with weapons of deadly radioactivity. Starman realizes that the ship contains enough radioactive material to destroy Earth within a few seconds. He knows that even though he may be killed, he must attack the ship.
Look at the rock formations ahead. Notice the abundant coloration? Green, orange, yellow, black.
A sign of tremendous mineralization.
Manganese, copper, nickel, pitchblende. Immense deposits of pitchblende. You
figuring on staking out a claim here?
Just making sure we can find our way back.
All we've seen so far is rock and sand, sand and rocks. I wonder when we're going to run across some of these Martians. You know, for what I read, they've got pale faces and pinheads and fishy eyes.
Shall we go? The mind that conceived this must have been of a high order of intelligence, at least the equal of Earth, perhaps considerably above ours.
To think that a complex, organized society existed here once.
Yes, from all indications, thousands of years ago.
I wonder how it happened. There's always the possibility of a meteor. But then it would have created a depression like a moon crater.
No, this wasn't caused by a meteor. This is definitely blast effect coupled with intense heat.
There's a strong field of radiation over there.
You'd better stop. The radioactivity is at the danger level. Ironic, isn't it? The mind of man, wherever you encounter it, Earth or Mars, the highest attainments of human intellect, always diverted to self-destruction. Perhaps the entire surface of the planet is one vast ruin, like this.
Don't you think we ought to start back for the ship?
I agree to that. We're neither prepared nor equipped for any stay here.
We have supplies for several days. Let's use this precious time as effectively as we can.
I agree with Dr. Ekstrom. A day here is more valuable than years of research on Earth.
Well, okay then, let's get going.
What a lesson here for our world. One blast. Thousands of years of civilization wiped out.
Could there have been any survivors?
I should hate to think so. We still don't know all the genetic effects of radiation, but that it will produce mutations, malformities, disfigurements, blindness, that much we're sure of from research. A blast like this, I should hate to think that any survived.
Why don't you try to get some rest?
If I ever get back to Texas, I'll know better than to leave again. Yes, sir. Bill. Lloyd, Dr. Ekstrom.
There were men out there. Look, you gotta believe me. It wasn't a nightmare. I haven't slept at all. I tell you, I saw them.
Where?
Right out there. And when I yelled, they disappeared.
All right, let's go see.
Right here. And when they heard me, they disappeared in there.
Dr. Ekstrom, look at these footprints.
It don't take a Navajo to figure out what caused these.
It's hard to believe, but
now maybe you'll agree to return to the ship.
We can't stop now. We must follow, find out what kind of creatures they are. It's tremendously important.
We don't know how many there are. And suppose they're hostile with one rifle and a pistol. We won't have a prayer.
That's the chance we have to take. You wait here. I'm going ahead.
This kind of thing's just my meat. Mind if I come along?
Thank you, Bill.
I'm with you, Doctor.
No, Floyd, you three stay.
But I...
I'll have to make that in order. Come on, Bill. fly. Murdering savages. No, Floyd. Poor, fear-crazed, despairing wretches. Pity them. Pity them.
Don't talk anymore.
You must get back to Earth. Tell them what we found. Maybe this will...
The editor of my paper assigned me to cover a routine check of infraradiation flux on Galaxy M12. The crew members, in order to overcome the earthly gravitation, have been subjected to a state of hibernation. That is, the human body has put through a congealing process, simulating an apparent death. At a preset time, under the impulses of an electric brain, the heart resumes its normal beat. The lungs begin their regular functioning, the blood flowing evenly again. In short, man is reacquiring his earthly faculties. To counteract the state of weightlessness caused by lack of gravitation, special magnetic boots are provided to control the balance of space travelers. While the crew and I were still in a state of hibernation, the engineer pilot, Al, reported our approach to international satellite Zulu Extra 34.
Bravo Zulu 88 calling Zulu Extra 34. Bravo Zulu 88 calling Zulu Extra 34. Over.
Zulu Extra 34 to Bravo Zulu 88. Go ahead.
Contact established. Hibernation period finished. Over.
Is that you, Al?
Hi, Richard.
Any news to relay?
The usual nausea when awakening, my boy. Bravo Zulu 88 has entered orbit of your satellite. Bravo Zulu 88 closing electronic brain. Over.
Roger. Everything's in your hands again, Al.
Thanks for nothing, pal. Hey, we got cargo aboard.
We've already been informed. Reporter, eh? Did he wake up yet?
No, not yet. I haven't brought him his coffee. Bravo Zulu 88 requesting your position.
Coordinate Pi 21, over.
Okay. I'll send you the reporter as soon as possible. Bravo Zulu 88 closing. Hello, Archie. How you feeling?
Man, this time I had a dream.
You had a dream? What about?
I dreamt I was sleeping.
Take over the controls while I wake up the baby.
Al, is it true when we took off you sang him a lullaby?
That's right. Just call me Space Wet Nurse.
Next time, why don't you just bring a cow along?
Yeah, a pacifier would do.
Bravo Zulu 88 calling Extra 34. Over.
Go ahead, Bravo Zulu 88.
Come out of a state of hibernation is an eerie sensation. I didn't know who or where I was until I heard Al's voice.
Hi there, spaceman.
Hello. This was not my first space flight. Previous assignments for my newspaper had sent me to the moon many times. but never into the vast reaches of deep space. I feared that 10 days in a cramped ship with a crew of 7 men who would resent a reporter's questions and lack of usefulness might make me an unpopular passenger.
The coffin was much too small. Couldn't you have found me a bigger one to sleep in?
We didn't have one, Leech.
Why do you call me that?
No offense, kid. It just means that here you're a parasite.
Where are we now?
Outside.
Outside what?
Outside everything. Breakfast is served.
Bravo Zulu 88, you're directly in line with us.
We'll send you that reporter as soon as possible. Hey, Al, they're asking for the boy.
Hey, Al! Al, what's happening? We're off to a bad start.
Calm down, my boy. You'll get along fine. Just control your nerves. There. From now on, you'll be able to hear my instructions. Just remember to regulate your volume knob. Hey! You're forgetting the tools of your trade. What's the matter, Sonny?
Cut it out, Al.
Are you scared, son?
Stop treating me like a greenhorn.
But that's what you are, my boy.
I took the accelerated course before I started on this trip.
It probably was too quick. I'm not going to take all the air out of the decompression chamber. You'll have an easier exit. I'll give you a count from 20 to 1. And out you go.
I know what to do.
Son, you don't know anything yet.
Don't touch the metal frame around the hatch. Minus 20. Why? Can't you see me?
No. But the first time out, they all behaved the same way. Minus 15.
India Zulu 4-1. You ready? 5, 4... Wait a second. 2, 1. Out you go.
Al was absolutely right. I was scared. The artificial satellite is like an island in the sky. In order not to disturb its calculated orbital chart, we lined up 2,000 feet parallel to it. The only way to get there was to float through the terrifying void between us.
Keep talking, Al.
What do you want to hear? Fairy tale?
Explain to me what's going on.
That's something you'll have to find out for yourself. You're still afraid?
Yes.
Of what?
I don't know. You're still there? Say something. A chilly sense of emptiness. Do you understand me, Al?
Sure, I understand. Every baptism has its mystery, even out here in space.
I've never felt so lonely. Hey, Al. Maybe if I try to turn around. I did it. Al. I'm turning. Learn how to...
India Zulu 4-1, get back to normal position. You're at the end of your trip.
Once aboard Zulu Extra 3-4, I passed through the decompression chamber. I now regained my normal weight because the gravitational area was similar to our Earth's. The reason for this being all space stations rotate around a central axis. In the ship's cabin, I was met by King 116, the doctor in charge of all crew members' physical and mental health.
Take off your spacesuit and report to the commander. He's waiting for you.
We made it.
Captain Roberts speaking. Let me speak to the leader.
Calling the leader. Calling the leader. Calling the leader.
This is the leader. What have you to report?
The fugitives have escaped in your patrol ship, sir.
Escaped? In my ship? You blockheads!
I'll send every one of you to the robot battalion. Report to the guard captain under arrest.
Yes, sir.
The leader's airport.
The spies have escaped in my private patrol ship. Send the squadron after them and shoot them down. Warn all outposts. If they break through to the open country, we'll never get them. And you are the men I made counselors of Earth. I would be better served by this Buck Rogers, who walked through your men as if they were children.
I notice you didn't capture Rogers when he was in this very room.
Krenko, I warn you. Another statement like that and you will go before the firing squad. And so will all of you if you fail me again. Now get out!
To your hidden city, Colonel Rogers. Oh, about 600 miles.
I wouldn't call old Dr. Hugh exactly handsome, but sure would give a lot to see his face right now.
I bet you would, buddy. Talon, I should have returned this treaty to you after I took it from Killer King.
I'd forgotten about it in the excitement. Someday you must return to the planet Saturn with me and receive the thanks of people for preventing the alliance with Kane.
I'd rather you thank me by giving us your planet's support and smashing Killer Kane's armies.
Hey, Buck, here comes a whole squadron at us.
Is it a Kane squadron? No, it's one of our own from the hidden city.
Calling Lieutenant Deering.
This is Lieutenant Deering. Go ahead, please.
There's a Killer Kane ship approaching beneath us about 6,000. Pull out a formation and bring it down before they can communicate with headquarters.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Buck, one of them's diving at us.
Yes, I can. This is Killer Kane's ship. They think we're an enemy.
Just below it. Fire a blast into the tail surface and level out.
They're going to shoot us down. The only thing we can do is set down and let them see who we are.
Going down. First time I ever saw Killer Kane's ship give up so easily.
Good evening. Good evening, Paul. We came to work on our ship. Need any help? Not at the moment. Maybe tomorrow.
All personnel clear the flight deck without delay. What was the reason for doing that? Someone might get hurt in a blast-off.
Too late now. Full power.
Full power.
North Hemisphere. Greg, someone's been hurt. There he is. It's Paul Clinton. Let's get him inside. Is he badly hurt? I can't tell.
Every man a tiger. Let's go.
Well, I guess I'm not out of business.
You must have skin like a rhinoceros. Didn't even blister.
We can't all be beautiful. If Laird's sore, after all, I did go over his head.
Well, he gave us another lecture on discipline. He's right, you know, Kip. We came only this far because we did it by the book.
Some things aren't in the book. I'm okay. Go and talk to Laird.
Hmm?
Go on. After all, you're his girl.
For the duration of this trip, the only relation I have with Laird is a scientific one. This is no time to pamper with the emotion.
I bet you got that from him.
It's true.
It's hooey. You can't turn love on and off like a faucet. Believe me, baby, if I ever fell in love with you, I'd chase you across the world, around the moon, and all the way stations in between. Go on, beat it.
All right, hero. I'll go talk to Laird. But if you don't mind, it'll only be about our landing. You two make a great team. Strong mind and strong back.
I suppose so.
View screen should be okay now, sir.
Thanks, Doug. Helen, who is Alpha?
Alpha?
On the radio, you said, Alpha, we're on our way.
I don't remember saying that.
Probably just a touch of space madness. You know, there's one school of thought that we'd all go insane.
Alpha.
You better pick your landing spot and start figuring.
I already have. We're on course.
That's what I call a navigator.
It's a valley on the dark side of the moon.
The dark side? But how could you possibly know anything about the dark side? All man has ever seen is the bright side.
Well, the bright side cuts across part of this valley. You can just barely see it on the photographs.
Well, why there? We'd planned to study the bright side and then circle to the dark side.
Please, Laird. This is a perfect landing place. Believe me. I don't know why I know it, but I know it for sure.
You're the navigator. We'll take a look at it anyway. Please take your stations, please. We're coming in. Start the retarded, Walt. Retarder's off, stabilizer's on. Unbuckle now.
Nice picking, Helen.
I knew it was the right place.
Someday I'm going to ask you how.
What do we do first, Laird? Want to check the ship, do a repair job if necessary?
Well, let's make some findings. We're on the moon, not in a machine shop.
I'll go along with Helen on that. We'll make a short exploratory tour, come back, grab some sleep, and then we'll look the ship over.
Okay, but I'd feel a lot better if I was sure we were ready to take off at a moment's notice.
Why?
It's my Navy background. In any engagement, be prepared to disengage.
Well, this isn't the Navy. Come on, Doug. Help me into my suit. These shoes are heavy.
You won't notice it when you get outside. I want everybody to check everybody else's equipment. It must be set number 2 because of the absolute cold in the dark side. And when you get out there, remember, stay on the dark side.
Without any oxygen, what can you possibly want with cigarettes?
I feel more at home carrying them.
About as silly as that gun, Kip. You know there's no life on the moon.
I guess I'm like Helen. I feel more at home that way.
I wish you'd tell him not to, Laird. Either we're on a scientific expedition or we're a bunch of Boy Scouts on an outing.
I agree with you, Helen, but I guess it won't do any hurt. There's too much infantile romanticism in this crew.
Well, I guess I'd better leave this behind, then. I was going to do this outside, but I guess it can wait. What are those? First letters from the moon. I even got my own cancellation stamp. Ought to be worth a couple of $100 apiece. Why didn't you make up about 50 of them? Brings the price down, boy. Stamps has got to be rare.
Mr. Walters, when you're ready.
All set, sir.
I'll go first. You wait here. Think of it, Helen. 200,000 miles away we were. Yet we knew it would be like this.
We'll head that way.
Any particular reason?
There's a cave in the side of the crater over there. I noticed as we were settling in.
Buried treasure, perhaps.
Kit, would you mind very much if we did operate by the book for a while?
Whatever the commander says.
Single file.
Look out! Meteorite!
Here we are at the dividing line. It may not seem like much to us, but if Helen will fish me out one of those silly cigarettes, I'll show you something. There it is. Just like Helen said.
I wonder if the commander would permit an observation.
Oh, come on, Kip. We don't have to get that formal.
Well, I only wanted to point out that from the angle the ship entered the crater, it would have been impossible for Miss Salinger to spot that cave.
You mean she just guessed it was there?
If she could guess a landing spot on the dark side of the moon, I suppose she could guess a cave.
What are you driving at?
I don't know, but I'll guarantee it isn't in the book.
Come on, let's go. Magnificent.
Let's go in.
Might as well.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be wise for someone to stay behind and guard the ship?
I don't think anybody will take it. Helen! Helen!
Come on, this one.
Stay right where you are. I don't want to lose anybody.
Exactly as I dreamed it. Or did I? Maybe this is the dream.
It's pretty weird. Have you had enough? If you're tired, we can go back.
No. We go on this way. Somebody miscalculated on these boots, lad. They're far too heavy.
They were all right outside. I can't understand it.
Laird, be water without atmosphere?
Impossible. This may be something that only looks like water.
Scientist doesn't know enough to come in out of the rain. Laird, has it ever occurred to you that maybe this is atmosphere?
On the moon?
Could be why it's so hard for us to walk. Where there's atmosphere, there's got to be gravitational pull to hold it. Even I know that.
We'll go back and get our instruments.
That won't be necessary. This will prove it.
It's burning. That means oxygen.
One at a time.
It's air, all right. Wait till I tell him I was the first man to breathe on the moon. Maybe we could bottle this stuff for sale. Moon mist for chronic coughs and asthma.
Well, Laird, you'll have to admit that one wasn't in the book. How do you figure it?
That makes you very happy, I suppose.
No? Just curious.
Magnetic field on the dark side could exert a gravitational pull, a special one. Of course, we'd have to verify it.
And this is a natural decompression chamber, isn't it, sir?
We're almost at the end.
How do you know we're almost at the end?
Well, it stands to reason the air isn't stuffy, so there must be an opening nearby.
All right, we'll leave the suits here.
Well, I know one thing that goes with me. This. Where there's oxygen, there can be life. And where there's life, there's death.
There you go again, Kip. Why is it that the unknown always frightens people? Why can't we expect love and friendship instead of death?
I'm all for love and friendship, but I worry. Now, if you don't mind, Laird, I'll take the lead.
But I do mind, Kip. In fact, I was about to suggest that you bring up the rear. Helen.
Easy. Easy does it. We killed him.
Oh, isn't it funny? I knew about everything but this. Forgive me, Kip. I'm so sorry I was cross with you.
You all right, Helen?
Yes. Just let me rest a little.
Walt, you come with me. We're going back and guard those spacesuits. The rest of you follow as soon as Helen can walk. Doug, take this. Any objections, Laird?
No, Kip. Go ahead. Come on. Let's go. Let's look around. What happened?
Nothing. I just opened my eyes and missed you. I'm all right now. Shall we go on?
Kip and Walt have gone back to suits. We can join them if you're able.
Back? Why back?
I think we've had enough for one day.
No. You've been listening to Kip. He's just afraid.
I don't think Kip was afraid of anything, Helen. But we don't know what's ahead.
Well, I'll tell you then. Adventure, discovery, knowledge. Isn't that why we came?
Of course, but another day.
Now, if you don't want to come with me, I'll go on alone.
You listen to me. I'm still commander of this expedition.
You're not my commander. I know where I want to go, and I'm going there.
Helen, what's cutting into you?
Take your hands off me.
Granger, they're gone.
The spacesuits? You must have missed them.
They're gone, all right, Commander.
We went back to the place we left them. There were marks in the sands that they'd been dragged away, just to make sure we checked back as far as we could.
Down there ran out of air.
But without suits, we're trapped.
Unless we find the joker who took them. And I'll have that gun now.
That settles the argument Laird and I were having. If we can't go back, the obvious thing to do is go forward.
You seem very proud of yourself, Helen.
I am. There it is.
You said that as if you knew it all the time.
It ain't true. There can't be another world in the bowels of the moon.